The Dragon of Wantley. Edited and read by Callum Hale. Old stories tell how Hercules a dragon slew at Lerna, with 7 heads and 14 eyes to see and well discern. But he had a club, this dragon to drub, or he had ne'er done it, I warrant ye. But more of Moor Hall, with nothing at all, he slew the Dragon of Wantley. At that time for Yuletide japes preparations were under way. Throughout the land from hills to sand was a buzz for Christmas Day. All places, I say, but Wantley, where good wishes were wanted sore, for the dragon ne'er slept, and he never kept to the calendar or Christian law. This dragon he had 2 furious wings, each one upon each shoulder, with a sting of his tail as long as a flail, which made him bolder and bolder. He had long claws, and in his jaws 44 teeth of iron, with a hide as tough as any buff, which did him round environ. Have you not heard how the Trojan horse held 70 men in his belly? This dragon was not quite so big, but very near, I tell ye. Devoured he poor children 3, that could not with him grapple, and at one sup he ate them up, as one would eat an apple. All sorts of cattle this dragon did eat. Some say he ate up trees, and that the forest sure he would devour up by degrees. For houses and churches were to him geese and turkeys. He ate all, and left none behind, but some stones, dear Jack, that he could not crack, which on the hills you will find. In Yorkshire, near fair Rotherham, the place I know it well, some 2 or 3 miles or thereabouts, I vow I cannot tell, but there is a hedge just on the hill edge, and Matthew's house hard by it. Oh, there and then was this dragon's den. You could not choose but spy it. Some say this dragon was a witch, some say he was a devil, for from his nose a smoke arose, and with it burning snivel, which he cast off when he did cough in a well that he did stand by, which made it look just like a brook running with burning brandy. Hard by a furious knight there dwelt, for whom all towns did ring, for he could wrestle, play at quarterstaff, kick, cuff and huff, call a son of a whore, do any kind of thing. By the tail and the mane, with his hands twain, he swung a horse till he was dead, and that which is stranger, he, for very anger, ate him all up, but his head. These children, as I told, being ate, men, women, girls, and boys, sighing and sobbing, came to his lodging, and made a hideous noise. Oh, save us all, Moor of Moor Hall, thou peerless knight of these woods! Do but slay this dragon, who won't leave us a rag on. We'll give thee all our goods. Tut, tut, quoth he, no goods I want, but I want, in sooth, a fair maid of 16, that's brisk and keen, with smiles about the mouth, hair black as sloe, skin white as snow, with blushes her cheeks adorning, to anoint me night ere I go to fight, and to dress me in the morning. This being done, he did engage to hew the dragon down, but first he went new armour to bespeak at Sheffield town, with spikes all about, not within, but without, of steel so sharp and strong, both behind and before, arms, legs, and all o'er, some 5 or 6 inches long. Had you but seen him in this dress, how fierce he looked and how big, you would have thought him for to be some Egyptian porcupig. He frighted all, cats, dogs, and all, each cow, each horse, and each hog. For fear they did flee, for they took him to be some strange, outlandish hedgehog. To see this fight all people then got up on trees and houses, on churches some, and chimneys too, which got soot on their trousers. As soon as he rose, the good knight he chose, to make him strong and mighty, to drink by the tail 6 pots of ale, and a quart of aquavitae. It is not strength that always wins, for wit doth strength excel, which made our cunning champion creep down into a well, where he did think this dragon would drink, and so he did in truth. And as he stooped low, he rose up and cried, "Bow!" and hit him in the mouth. "Whoa!" quoth the dragon, "pox take thee, come out! Thou disturbst me in my drink." And then he turned and shat at him. Good lack, how it did stink! Beshrew thy soul, thy body's foul, thy dung smells not like balsam, "Thou son of a whore, thou stinkest so sore, sure thy diet is unwholesome." Our politic knight on the other side crept out upon the brink, and gave the dragon such a douse he knew not what to think. "By cock," quoth he, "say you so, d'ye see?" And then at him he let fly, with hand and with foot, and so they went to it, and the word it was, "Hey, boys, hey!" "Your words," quoth the dragon, "I don't understand." Then to it they fell at all, like two wild boars so fierce, if I may compare great things with small. 2 days and a night with this dragon did fight our champion on the ground. Though their strength it was great, their skill it was neat, they never had one wound. At length the hard earth began to quake, the dragon gave him a knock, which made him reel, and straightway he thought to lift him high as a rock, and thence let him fall. But more of more hall, like a valiant son of Mars, as he came like a lout, so he turned him about, and hit him a kick on the arse. "No!" quoth the dragon with a deep sigh, and turned 6 times together, sobbing and tearing, cursing and swearing out of his throat of leather. "More of more hall, oh, thou rascal, would I had seen thee never. With the thing at thy foot thou hast pricked my arse gut, and I'm quite undone for ever." "Murder, murder," the dragon cried, alack for grief. Had you but missed that place, you could have done me no mischief." Then his head he shaked, trembled and quaked, and down he laid and cried. First on one knee, then on back tumbled he, so groaned, kicked shit and died. And so goes the tale of Wantley. That Christmas time they were spared by a spiky old knight who put up the good fight and showed the people he cared. I shall leave you now with that story, and let these words that follow be last. May the good Lord bless you and all at Christmas, and may you never be kicked up your arse.